stop in and see you smile. If you don't have lunch plans, I'm not busy. I could stop by for a bite in a while. I find that I spend most my time looking for a way that I might spend myself and all my dimes, all of my days with you. Do you have plans for this evening? A morning or night would be fine. If just for a moment I'm still spinning, or if only for a moment you're...
Hello, we're back and better than ever. Welcome back. I hope you're doing really well wherever you are. It's been a while, a few weeks now by the time I post this. So much has happened. It's been a wonderful few weeks. I am in our new house. We've been living here for about 3 weeks now, which is so wild and surreal and lovely. It's just, I don't know, it's been magic. Just being here and creating a home environment with the person that I love the most in the world is incredibly special, and I feel so grateful. The first couple of weeks I felt that we were staying in an Airbnb. It was really strange. The day that we got the key to the house, kind of walked around this empty space and I felt like we were burglars or something, just trespassing on someone's home. But once we got our own furniture in and had a week or so here, it started to feel more like ours. It's really special. We both love it. It's been great, and I feel so kind of like renewed and excited to be filming in this house. It's good. Everything's really good with the house. Apart from that, work's been going really well. It's kind of just ticking away in this really manageable, nice way, and that's kind of how I wanted to go about it. If you didn't know, and if you're new to my channel, sorry, I always just kind of get into it and I forget to introduce myself. My name's Gemma. I'm from New Zealand, but I live in Australia with my partner. We just bought a new house and I just started a food business, which is going well, as I just said. I kind of went into it really wanting it to be a pleasant, as stress-free as possible experience. Like I owned a cafe when I was 26. I've been working in hospitality, 12 years, something like that. And I've done the long hours, I've done the hustle, I've burnt myself out. And with this, I kind of came into a different mindset of like, I love cooking, I'm passionate about it, and I want to cook the food that I love, and I want to do it on my own terms. And that's how it's been. If you didn't know, my business is called Plant Magic Meals, and I make plant-based meals for people and I deliver them to their house. So I just wanted to do something that made people's lives a lot easier, like busy people who are unable to cook, can't find the time, or just don't really like cooking. And my customers have been really happy. I've had heaps of repeat customers, and I change the menu up weekly, so it kind of keeps it more interesting for me as well as the cook. And yeah, it's going so well. I'm kind of at a place where I feel like my capacity is manageable. I really don't want to hire anybody else, or I kind of want to put that off for as long as I can, or maybe never hire somebody else. I really like doing it all on my own. I do the cooking and the delivery by myself. The delivery is my least favorite part, to be honest, but you know, you're not going to love every part of your work. But yeah, it's going really well. I feel like people are kind of always asking me, like, is it growing? Are you getting more customers? And yeah, I am, but like at the same time, I don't want it to grow too big that it becomes a thing that I can't manage, or it becomes too stressful or overwhelming, and it takes the joy and the fun out of it. I really hate that hustle culture. I always have. And I found a really good quote on Instagram the other day. I thought I'd just read it. Stop glamorizing the grind and start glamorizing getting 7+ hours of sleep at night, having healthy relationships, feeling safe at work, taking sick days, being paid a living wage, working hard when you're at work, boundaries, and self-caring your way to success. And I love that. Like, I feel like there's just so much pressure on people to be as busy and to make as much money and to grow and go and go. And that's like the value of worthiness or success. And that's not the case for me. I've had moments in my life where I felt like that, and I was incredibly unhappy. The times where I've made the most money, I was really unhappy and tired and had no time for myself. So with this business, it's just, I mean, obviously at the end of the day, I need to be making a profit and making money because we own a house now and we have bills to pay, and that's obviously incredibly important. And I feel like I will get to that place. I'm making money at the moment, and it's great. Like, it's all I need at the moment. And if I want to, I could probably grow it more. Like, I haven't done any advertising. Everything, all the customers I've got so far are just through social media or word of mouth. I'm lucky enough to be doing this in a smallish town. I don't know if I could have done it in somewhere like Melbourne where I lived previously. It's so nice to have support and encouragement, not just from customers, but from other business owners. It's been really lovely, and I haven't experienced that so much in bigger cities. So that's been really great. Apart from home and work, getting back into a nice running routine. If you didn't know, I'm really into running. It's my favorite form of movement. Definitely had a bit of a rut there. I think it was just like starting a business and the excitement of setting up a home. I just did not prioritize it, and because of that, I wasn't sleeping well. I just wasn't feeling very good in my body as far as like having energy, and obviously it's incredibly good for your mental health. So I was just feeling really foggy, and I'm getting back into a routine. I'm not running like long distances as I was, but just kind of like 5-6K 3 or 4 times a week, and doing Pilates as well, which I absolutely love. I'm thinking about maybe at the end of the year doing the Melbourne Marathon, whether it's the half or the full marathon. I think it's in August. So yeah, I might think about that over the next couple of months, but we'll see. But yeah, it's just nice running for enjoyment at the moment. Movement is incredibly important to me, as you know. So yeah, it's been good to get back into that. Yeah, that's it. Just the same old reading, movement, food, and yeah, just settling into the house. It's been a really lovely couple of weeks. I've definitely had moments where I just like pinch myself because it just feels, too good to be true sometimes. But I'm so deserving of those things. And I think I'm somebody who, I don't know, I had a psychologist once who told me that I like to water the weeds, and it's incredibly true. And when things are going well for me and I'm feeling really happy, I always like catch myself in those moments, and I'm like scared that they're going to go or something will be taken away. And because I have that mindset, like I can easily not enjoy having those moments of happiness, and I really need to like go back and hone in and be present. So I've been a little bit of that, but yeah, I feel really good. But I thought in this video I would kind of share some stuff that I've been liking, as far as like food and well-being and some skincare stuff. And yeah, so just to kind of have a bit of a focus in this vlog, I thought I would start by sharing this recipe that I love. It's called Brownie Granola. Dan's mum makes it all the time. Shout out to Sharon. She's an amazing cook. She makes this granola, and when it's baking in the oven, it smells exactly like a chocolate cake or brownie. It's so yum, really simple to make, and it's just a good one to have on hand when you feel like something sweet. So I've been loving that. I filmed it yesterday, so we'll cut to that. Gardening is tough work. We have a really beautiful garden, like it's really well developed. It's kind of like, it reminds me of the garden in The Secret Garden, you know, the movie. It's just kind of wild, and I don't know, it's just something really beautiful about it, and I absolutely love it, but it's a lot to maintain. And because summer is finished now, there's a lot of like dry, dehydrated plants, or just plants that are dying. So I've just been kind of tidying everything up and removing all the dead plants. But there's a lot to do. It's quite overwhelming. And I guess I'm yet to determine whether I like gardening, whether I'll get into it. Definitely to be confirmed. There's aspects that I love about it, like it's really satisfying and it's great to kind of see your finished work. But yeah, it's really hard. So yeah, we'll see how we go. I think one thing that I've really noticed since having this house is I have a new sense of purpose now. Like even, mopping the floor and putting out the washing, there's a new feeling with it, because it's our house, and it's like I just feel so house proud, and yeah, it's just giving us both really like a new sense of purpose in life, which is really nice. As you just saw too, I'm just rolling out some masa flour tacos for dinner. And I wasn't going to include this as one of the things I've been enjoying lately, because I didn't realize until I was rolling those tacos that I'm really enjoying like slow processes when it comes to food at the moment. And I always have been to an extent, but I think lately Dan and I have been pretty lazy with our meals and with cooking. We kind of been buying a lot of like packaged things, ready meals, and just haven't been making that much from scratch, which is absolutely fine to do every now and then. But I mean, I love cooking and I love things that take a while. So instead of buying tacos, which are really expensive, I got some flour and, rolled my own, and they're going to taste so much better. And things like making my own granola. And I was thinking next week I might make sauerkraut. I used to make it all the time. Me and my dad used to make huge batches because they used to grow cabbages in their garden. We'll make like huge batches of sauerkraut together, and it was always really fun. So I think I'll do that next week and film it. But yeah, it's just really nice to do things with your hands and to connect with the food that you're eating, and just to put care into what you put into your body. Yeah, it's special. All right, let's talk about skincare. I love skincare. I got really, really into it last year. I don't know if it was because I had so much time on my hands or because I'm in my 30s now, but for whatever reason, got really into it, did a lot of research, did a lot of experimenting, and yeah, I just dig it. I really like in the process of looking after my skin. Just find it really therapeutic and kind of relaxing. So I thought I'd share some of my favorites. A few of you guys have actually asked for a skincare routine, but I think it would be more helpful just to kind of show you some of my favorite skincare products at the time, and ones that are kind of more accessible and also could work for like a variety of skin types. Just to preface, I have dry skin, which is acne prone, which is an incredibly annoying combination. I tend to use products that don't have fragrance and look for really hydrating products. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to go through a couple of my favorites at the moment. The first one is a cleansing oil. I've only recently started double cleansing, so that's using 2 different kinds of products, usually like an oil-based and then like a water-based product after that to really clean your skin. And the reason I do that is because I use a lot of sunscreen every day, and I also wear a tiny bit of makeup, not much, just like a little bit of concealer around my nose, and if I'm feeling fancy, some bronzer and blush, and I always brush up my eyebrows. And I found that when I was using one cleanser, I just didn't get everything off. So I purchased this cleansing oil from Unique. This is a Korean brand. I use quite a lot of Korean products. They have amazing formulations. They're usually pretty affordable, and they do the job. So this is from Unique. This is the Calendula Complete Cleansing Oil. It's so lovely, like so nice on your skin. It feels really luxurious. The ingredients are sunflower seed oil, canola oil, calendula flower extract, jojoba oil, macadamia seed oil, just lush. Really lovely. So this is the first product I use. I don't use it in the morning, I just use it at night. So after I've had sunscreen and any kind of makeup on. So I go in with that. You just put it on with a dry face. Give your face like a nice massage. It's really nice. And then add a little bit of water and it kind of goes into like a little bit foamy, and then you just splash it your face and get it all off. And now I finish with to clean my face, I finish with my Ride or Die, which is the Matcha Hemp Hydrating Cleanser from Crave Beauty. This is the best cleanser I've ever used in my life. It is incredible. It's just such a beautiful product. This is my second bottle. I'll be buying a third. It lasts for ages. I think the first bottle lasts me like nearly 4 months, just because you only need like a pea-sized amount. So I use this morning and night. It's a really lovely formula because it's kind of comes out as like a sticky kind of gel consistency, but then when you add water it's really milky, incredibly hydrating, and you never get that feeling, you know, if you use a really stripping cleanser where your face feels really tight. You don't get that with this, but at the same time your face feels clean, so it's like clean and everything's removed, but it's still got lots of nice hydration left in it. So absolutely love this one. Also I'll link these where I buy them in Australia down below. I get these, so this is another Korean skincare brand. I get them both from, I think it's called Lila Beauty. Anyway, I'll link them below. Next one is from The Ordinary. It's just a oil. So this is the Squalene Oil from them. It's so nice. Like I've always really loved oils. My skin really loves oils, like because it's dry, it really just like soaks it all up. But I always use rosehip oil for some reason. Like that was my go-to for years and years and years. And then I thought I'd give this a go, and I love it. It's beautiful. I use it kind of as my last step in the evenings, and then sometimes during the day if it's quite cool and dry, especially coming into autumn and winter. I know I'll probably use it during the day a lot more. It's a really light oil, so it kind of soaks into your skin really quickly. It doesn't leave like a greasy residue or anything like that. And my skin's been really loving it, and I haven't had as many breakouts since I've used it, so I'm not sure if that's the reason why, but yeah, I'll definitely be buying another one of these. I've nearly finished it. Yeah, if you just want to try another oil, if your skin type is into it, I'll definitely recommend giving Squalene Oil a go. Next one is a sunscreen. Sunscreens are difficult because they can leave white casts, and they can be heavily fragranced, and they can just be kind of like an annoying thing to use, even though they're the most important thing to use. They can't be the kind of skincare product that I'm always like, oh, I've got to add that, instead of it being a delight to use. But with this one, so this is the Mecca Cosmetica one. This is the oxybenzone free formula. So what I will say about this is it is fragranced, and when I first got it, I noticed it a lot because I don't use fragrance in the majority of my skincare products. Using one product that did have fragrance felt really intense to me, like the smell was just like, and it kind of turned me off. But I'm used to it now, and I think it's absolutely fine just because the formula is so good. Doesn't leave a white cast, soaks into your skin. It's just like a real delight to use as far as sunscreen goes. It is I think it's 40 plus. So yeah, you just don't have to worry about it. It's just, yeah, a really nice one to use. So if you're looking for a new sunscreen, definitely give it a go. But those are some of my faves at the moment. I'll definitely do this regularly because I have quite a lot, and I like trying new stuff as well. But yeah, hope that was helpful in some way. Obviously you don't need all this stuff, but if you were just looking for, like, say, a new cleanser and you wanted to try something new, these are all fairly affordable. I think the most expensive thing is the Crave Beauty Hydrating Cleanser, but at the same time it lasts a really, really long time, and it's just bomb. Anyway, that's some skincare stuff. I'm going to make tea. Bye. That dinner was so delicious. The smell of the tacos when they were cooking, oh, so yummy. If you ever find masa harina flour anywhere, definitely buy it. That was so easy to make. It was just, so the flour, salt, water, and then you form it into a dough, let it rest for like an hour, and then you form them into smaller balls, and then I just pressed it between parchment paper and rolled it out with a bottle of apple cider vinegar, and then I just put them in the fridge, and then just cook them dry. So good. I'm gonna do my gratitude list, as you know I do every night, and then I'm gonna have a little bowl of chocolate granola and read my book, and I will talk to you more about books probably tomorrow, but I shall say good night now. Okay, let's talk about books. I've read a few recently, and I've also brought a few recently, so I'll do a bit of a book call for you. The first one I want to talk about is The Nowhere Child. I read this, say, like 3 weeks ago. It was alright. It was a thriller. It's about a kid who goes missing. I think it's quite a good like in-between book, just if you want something kind of easy, mindless to read. You'll get through it pretty quick. I found it a little bit predictable, but apart from that, like, it was a good read. Not the best book I've read, but yeah, okay, I'd say. Next one is Lanny. I can't remember why I picked this up. I think somebody recommended it to me, or maybe I saw it on someone's YouTube channel. But I really did not like this book at all. I don't know if it was just the mood that I was in that day, because I got through it really quickly. It's quite a short book, but it just made me feel really anxious. Just the way that it was written, I just really wanted it to end. I got to the point like at the end where I was just kind of like skim reading it because I just wanted it to be over, and I haven't had that experience with a book for a really long time, so unfortunately can't recommend this one. But if you have read it, please let me know what you thought. I'd love to hear somebody else's opinion other than mine. At the moment, I'm reading another thriller. I feel like I need to have a bit of a break from thrillers after this. Reading The Hunting Party. Didn't really enjoy it to begin with, but the more I got into it, the more interesting it was. Now it's got to a point where I'm just finding it a little bit silly. I don't know. There was a weird little twist, but it was kind of it just kind of didn't flow. It was just kind of random. I've got that much more to go. Again, a good in-between kind of mindless read. Nothing groundbreaking, but still enjoyable. I have bought a few books from Booktopia recently. That's where I tend to buy most of my books, just because they have really good deals. And when I hear about a book, I just search it on Booktopia and then put it in my wish list. I have a very, very long wish list. And because we have quite a lot of bookshelf space in this house, I want to just start buying more books, and books are one of those things that I just never ever feel bad about spending money on. I just love them so much, and if you look after them, you have them forever. You can gift them to people, lend them to people. I don't know, just never feel bad about spending money on books. The first one I picked up was Convenience Store Woman. Phoebe from Honey Bunch of Onion Tops recommended this, as well as Brittany Bathgate. Really excited to read this. I think I'm going to read it after I finish The Hunting Party. And look at that cover. So beautiful. So really excited to read that. Also got The Dutch House. Pachinko. That was also recommended by Brittany Bathgate on her channel. If you like book stuff and book recommendations, definitely go follow her. She's always talking about books, and I feel like she has similar taste to me. And she said this was one of the best books that she's ever read. So I'm really excited to read that. And also one that my mum recommended, Shuggy Bane. I think that's how you say it. Which also looks amazing. So I have a nice little pile I'm super excited to get through. It's just so comforting having like a big stack of books to read in the future. I always feel anxious if I have a book that I'm reading and I'm nearly finished and I don't have another one to read afterwards. Does anybody else feel like that? Yeah, so that's my book chat. I am going to make some lunch. Oh, actually, also, side note, I cooked Brussels sprouts last night and they were so delicious, and that brings me on to one of my other favorite things I like doing at the moment, which is going to the supermarket and buying a vegetable that I don't often buy. I realized recently that I tend to just buy the same vegetables on repeat. So like potatoes, sweet potatoes, capsicum, and courgette. And that's kind of it. And I've been getting really sick of them, and I just realized that I love vegetables and there's this huge variety, and I want to make an effort to get something different. So I hadn't had Brussels sprouts for ages, so I picked those up and they were so yummy. I feel like the secret to cooking Brussels sprouts well is to kind of take them to the edge, like, and they're almost like a little bit burnt, kind of get gnarly, and crisscrossing them like I did just kind of makes them cook all the way through, so the inside kind of steams and then the outside's really crispy. So delicious. What else have I tried recently? Fennel, which I absolutely adore, but for some reason I just don't really buy it often. Unusual mushrooms, so if I see a mushroom that's like not button or portobello, I'll get something different, like a gnocchi or shiitake or something like that. But yeah, I really suggest like going to your supermarket or wherever you get your veggies or fruit from and just picking something different, or something that you've never tried before, and finding a recipe and just, yeah, giving it a go. So yeah, really enjoying that. Bye. Alright, I've just been editing this video and I realized that it's getting far too long. I had a lot more that I wanted to talk about too, but for the sake of you getting on with your lives, I think I'll leave it here. Just wanted to say thank you so much for being here and for watching. And thanks for being patient with me. I know it's been a few weeks since I posted, and it can be really annoying when you follow somebody on YouTube and they stop posting videos, but I'll be back as I was, hopefully doing weekly vlogs again, so stay tuned for those. Hope you're marvelous, take care, and I'll see you soon.